All right, once again, it is new bike day for me already. I know in the Rocky Mountain altitude video, I stated that was going to be the only bike for the season that I had, but I made a choice. Whether it was a good choice or a bad choice, we'll find out. To get an e-bike from Jensen, of course, there's a bike on sale, as most of them are. And there's a bike brand that I wasn't familiar with until I did some research, and I think that it was a good pick, but we'll find out. I'm going to do a little bit of a different video. Obviously, I don't usually do videos like this. I just go on the trail and ride them. But we're going to unbox it. We're going to put it together. They come like 98% put together from Jensen, but we'll put what we need to together, get it set up, take a look at it, I talk about it, and then get it on the trail. I do have a mic that I did some really thorough testing on. Testing. I'm testing over here, gonna test over there. You could say things are getting a lot more serious around here. Just kidding, it's not. But anyways, we'll get this thing out of here, get it on the stand, and go from there. Good Lord. It's heavy. All right, like I said, it comes 98% put together. Literally all you have to do is put the handlebars on and the front tire on, and then set it up the way you like it. Slap some pedals, and then you're good to go. And of course, this one I have to charge before I hit the road. But yeah, so I'm gonna put it together real quick, and then we'll actually talk about it. It also does come with the new bike box. This comes with the charger and a bag of goodies. Some really great pedals, I'm sure. We'll throw those in the garbage. Just manuals, suspension stuff. I did get Scor added to this on my order, so that's cool for a heavier e-bike. I thought that would be a good idea. My Rocky Mountain has it as well, but that comes with it from the factory, and then some stickers. So, all right. Before we put it together, this is actually another first. They sent some frame protection to this as well, so that's actually pretty cool. I was looking at getting some frame protection, but maybe I won't have to. We'll see how good this stuff is, but that's a first. And that's literally it. All I have to do is just get it off the stand, sit on it, see where I want the bars, and then torque down everything, and let's look at it. Since those are all torqued to the recommended spec, all I have to do is put the Rock Rose pedals I picked out on here, put the correct air pressure in the suspension, and then that's it. We're ready to ride. Here it is. It's the Scor 6080. I went ahead and got the NX build. They have the GX build on Jensen as well, but it only comes in size medium. They're out of stock on large, so I went with the cheaper build, which is better for the budget, as well as I can upgrade parts as I need to. I'll definitely upgrade probably the NX drivetrain when it gives out, as well as the SRAM Code R brakes. Usually don't like SRAM brakes, but we'll see how they are, and then I'll upgrade when needed. That'll probably be the first upgrade that I do. But if you're not familiar with Scor, I wasn't either. It's a spin-off brand, I guess you could say, of BMC out of Switzerland. I'm sure you've heard of BMC if you've been in the mountain bike industry. It is a very large travel bike. It's the biggest travel bike I have ever had, which is probably way more than I need. But it has 190 millimeters of travel in the front, 180 in the rear. It does have the Zeb Selects in the front and the Super Deluxe Select in the rear. Again, it has the NX drivetrain, which I've actually never had, so not sure if it's going to be great or not. And the SRAM Code R brakes, probably an adjustment going from SRAM Code R brakes on this bike and the Shimano XTs on my Rocky Mountain Altitude, but we'll figure it out. In the front, it does have a 220 millimeter rotor, and I believe a 203 in the rear. You can see I already have it plugged in, ready to get charged so that we can take it out on the first ride. It also has the Bosch CX motor, which I have never played with, so I'm interested to see how that is compared to the Shimano EP6, I believe, that was in the Orbe Arise that I had. But overall, good looking bike. I'm excited to get on the trail and see how it does. All right, made it to my local trail system. We're gonna test out this new bike on some trails. I don't know if I mentioned it is a mullet setup. So this is actually my first mullet bike, so I'm gonna see if I can notice a difference on that. Cockpit's pretty easy. Power buttons right here. And then you can change the modes. There's 4 different modes here, or you can change them up here on the handlebars. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just go as long as I can on some of the fire roads and see kind of how the battery life is a little bit. I probably won't do a full test on the battery today, but just to get an idea. But yeah, 4 different modes: green, blue, purple, and red. I imagine is full power, so we're going to need that for these fire roads. So yeah, let's get to it. Another cool feature I discovered, and I'm sure a lot of e-bikes are like this, but the last 2 I had weren't. So it's easily, there's a little key, you can drop the battery and actually charge the battery. So that would be nice, like if I'm going on a trip and at a hotel, I don't have to figure out how to charge a bike. I can just drop the battery real quick and then bring it inside with me. I have an e-bike for a while. I forgot how nice this is. Sometimes I like to just go down to the lowest mode to see how much it could suck, but doesn't have to. All right, just a battery update. About 3 miles, 1,000 feet of elevation gain, and 1 little bar has dropped off. It's got a decent sized battery, 750 I believe, so expect it to do pretty well. I am at the other side. I parked, it's a large area, and I parked on the way other side, so I might actually drain the battery today. We'll see, depending on how many trails I do. Okay. First trail, one I always come to. I think I bed my brakes in from the fire road. Hopefully it feels decent. Usually don't do that, so hard to step up on the game. I think that even makes sense, but that's all right. Definitely a heavy bike, but it doesn't feel like it right at this moment. Crazy how dark it is in here. Probably say that every single time I'm in here, but I had to stop, take my glasses off, couldn't see a single thing. Okay. So far the Bosch is really nice. Very powerful on that fire road. I turn it down for the trails. Just like this, you know. A couple pedal strokes to get me going. Normally I lose a lot of speed there, but cool. But yeah, compared to the EP6, I mean, I know it's early to say, but definitely like it. Drop. Suspension so set up nicely. It's 190 up front though. I would hope it would. Definitely moves nicely. Most e-bikes nowadays do, even though they're kind of heavy. But comparing this to the Canyon, it's definitely more nimble. And I think more heavier actually, or heavier. I'm not going to really compare it to the, when I say Canyon, the Canyon Torque. The aluminum one that I had. I'm not going to compare it to the Orbea Rise, because that was a all mountain bike. I'm gonna go left. I'm gonna cut this trail short. May do some harder things. The only thing that I'm actually liking this Ram brakes. I'm surprised. Thought they'd be a little underpowered and feel weird, but definitely feel good actually. The only thing I'm not liking are these grips, but that's a personal preference. A very skinny feeling. Oh no, storm is closed. Looks like they're doing some maintenance. Alright, as we climb this very steep section, still on 4 bars. But the NX drivetrain I was a little concerned about. It's doing just fine so far, even going uphill, changing the gear. It's a little louder and clankier than, you know, the XT that I have on my other bike, but shifting just fine. I'll see if that stays that way and it's durable, but so far no issues at all. Alright, let's do something a little bit harder. Top of Scoby here. Looks like they just did some trail maintenance. Couldn't even see all the grass clippings. I'm just gonna do the top part here. Brakes are definitely doing good. Suspension is something I'm not used to. It just eats up all of that. Feels good. Forgot there was a drop there. I've actually crashed there a couple times for some reason. I think it's because it was wet. Can't remember. Alright, that's all I'm going to do with Scoby, because start getting back to the other side of the park. But yeah, I ate that up like nothing. I could definitely do that a lot faster. I can't believe I used to just jump right off that and land on a flat bottom out my suspension. I don't know why I did that. You just ride down it. And that was dumb. Alright, back up. A little curious to see how it would climb and how it would feel. Being rated as a downhill bike technically. Obviously it has a motor, so it's going to get up just fine, but I didn't like the body position and all that stuff, but it's very comfortable climbing, no issues at all. Again, you know, the motor's doing all the work, but most of the work anyways. Noise wise, I think it might be a little bit louder than the EP6 that I had. It's not something that really bothers me, but I know it bothers some people. It's not loud by any means, but definitely notice it a little bit more, I guess. What I don't hear so far, and it could be just early, but rattles and clanks down by the motor, and I did hear that on the Shimano, so that's so far nice. Hopefully it stays like that. Doing an XC trail to get to the trail I want to. This bike's definitely built for a lot more than this, but it's doing just fine. Feels good. That's when I was looking at this bike, I was a little worried. I was like, that's a lot of travel. It's going to be super uncomfortable just doing stuff like this. Without the motor, probably, but with it, feels really good. May not be a super fun trail, but it is really pretty in here. To another blue trail, Floyd Blue Trail. It's on the way down to the vehicle. Let's see if we can clear this. Nope. It gets off the ground though. Definitely maneuvers nicely. Like I can't even feel if this is 56 pounds at all. I like to take it on an actual jump line, see how it does in the air. Pretty impressed with the brakes. Usually that's my biggest complaint with bikes. These are so far pretty sufficient. Like I'm usually always sketched out. It's like the thing I'm always sketched out most is I just feel like I can't stop, but I don't feel like that with these. Feel pretty confident on the bike. I'm not a nerd about the geometry. I don't really look into that stuff too much, but the bike feels good. It feels good. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's pretty much my criteria on that. So I feel like I won't have a big issue going back and forth from the Rocky Mountain altitude to this. Both feel really good. Feel a little better on this one actually. I don't know if it's because of the weight makes it just feel sturdier. The more suspension. Am I overbiked on this bike? Absolutely, yes. Am I still having fun? Yeah. Does it still feel good? It does. So I'm not concerned with it being rated a downhill bike as I was when I was doing research on it. Yeah, literally the only complaint that I have on this bike are the grips, just because they're so skinny. And that is nothing. You can replace those easily, and that's all a preference thing too. And that is it for this trail. I feel like I skipped part of it, but that's okay. It's just a first ride, getting the feel for this bike. I've only used 2 bars on the battery indicator so far. Still got a little bit of a climbing to go to get back to the vehicle, but I've gone over 2,000 feet of elevation and over 10 miles. It's probably, I can't give you an exact number because my Apple Watch kept pausing, but I know it's at least that. So I have to do another video to really see how far I can take this thing, because I've gone pretty far. Like I'm content with riding for today. And to use only 2 bars, that's pretty good. So, and I'm on the heavier side. I'm like 195 pounds. So, yeah, really impressed with this bike overall. Can't wait to explore some jumps. I really want to see how it is jumping. I might take it to 360 and do the jump trails. Really excited. Great bike to have in my arsenal, and couldn't be more happy with the purchase. For how cheap this bike was, in the scope of e-bikes, really happy with it. Definitely would check it out. All right, well, that's it for this video. We'll see you in the next one.